Hey, Jason, so glad to have you from El Paso, right?
Yes, Hunter, I am here in El Paso working with Casas Por Cristo.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to me. Just want to highlight the ministry and the mission there. So, first off, why don't you tell us your role at the organization and how long you've been there?
We've been doing this for 30 years. There's about 2 million people in the city of Juarez. Our ministry also operates in other locations. Ciudad Acuna, which is where
Mm.
Eastridge just came and participated and built a house, and Guatemala, the Dominican Republic, Honduras, and Nicaragua are all countries we have operations and serve in. And so I have um, I have been here for 20, almost 23 years, and my role is director of operations. And so when I'm not in the office, I'm out in the field, as we say, and we're building houses for families in 1 week's time from start to finish. So my day-to-day job, I like to say, when the desk job gets boring, it's time to go out and build. And when the feet get tired from building, it's time to come in and work at the desk for a little bit. So
And so, like, what is it? What are the living conditions that people are facing that don't have homes, like actual structural houses?
we experience the extremes of the weather because when you're in a desert region, it's really cold at night when the sun goes down, and then it warms up during the day. And that's for wintertime. So it's common in January, February for us to have temperatures in the 20s and 30s at night. And during the summer, of course, as you would expect in a desert, we're well over 100 degrees during the day. And so if you could imagine just living in a pallet house. So the pallets at the grocery store are stacked up, nailed something onto them, or maybe they have an adobe building that's just blocks. Maybe they've gotten some scrap materials, they put something together, and then you are sleeping inside that shelter. So if it rains, maybe you don't get wet. If it's windy, maybe the wind's not quite as strong. But whatever the temperature is outside, that's what it is inside of your house when you have nothing to protect you from that. So
So, what does it look like? How do people respond when you finally hand the keys over? Like, what are people's responses like, and what does that process look like?
the believers in their heart are overcome with emotions, or they don't have words to express the thankfulness and the gratitude that they have. And they are all pointing it towards God and how He's providing for them, and it's almost unbelievable in their mind. For the unbeliever who we serve and the pastor is building a relationship with, and hopefully sharing the gospel in that week or in the days following. But for them, it's kind of a disbelief, because why would someone come do this for me? Like, why would these people who live in another country give their money and time to build for me and they don't know me? And so it's very emotional, deeply emotional for these families, and tears are almost always shed. When you build a house, there's some hard days and some hot days and some cold days, depending on the year. But I think everyone agrees that the best day is the last day when we give that family the keys and turn the house over to them. So
If someone wants to get involved with Casas Por Cristo, what's the easiest way? Maybe low commitment, and then what's the a big way they can get involved?
the commitment you can do from your house, you can do on your schedule and on your time, is to just pray for our ministry. And you may say, "Well, I don't know, how do I pray for you guys? Like, I don't. This is the first time I've ever heard about you guys." Well, what I would say is follow us on social media, and we every week we're putting out prayer requests and things that are going on for that week or things that happened. The middle of the way is, say, kind of in the middle is, of course, the giving and then just engaging with what we have going on. Sometimes you don't have to come on a trip to help us get the mission accomplished that we're trying to do. And so that could look like sharing some of the posts we have, or having a conversation with somebody about what you've heard. And then, of course, the biggest way to get involved is sign up for a trip. You don't have to have construction experience, although that's great if you do. You just got to have a heart and be willing to let God stretch you for a week as we come and do this together.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Eastridge, for your support. It means the world to me and my family, and you are the reason we can stay on this field. So thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.